Hey yo, it's your boy Los. Let's get it.
Again, some gon' leave like trees in the wind. Well, y'all gon' see like we to begin. That BC days, y'all free to pretend. Ayy, cap on the internet, rap we ain't into that. Fat I'ma interject crazy. Ayy, whack I'ma intercept that with the intellect. Chat better give me that gravy. Ayy, that mean chicken. Gotta blow that, get it back, never know the cause. Yak it, get it black in a few stacks, never gon' lack any cobras, dog. Ayy, I don't got a cross for the NBA. I seen Tobin the all white promo vid, and if God be for me, I ain't got a mind.
All I hear is murder, 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 but you never murder nothing. Nothing ever getting murdered. All I hear is burner, 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 but your homie only got it, you ain't never got the burn. Talking about you be up in the garden, but your people never planted, you ain't never got the turn. I done seen it all, and I can see the writing on the wall. Good God, oh Lord, y'all ain't never nothing but a replay. Yeah, I heard it all before, man.
Everybody gather round, nod your head to the nonsense. Rhythm and lyricism violating your conscience. Street evangelism for the hell-bitten heartless. Riddle souls with holes, this material is godsend. When syllables are loaded, never sleep on ink cartridge. Example, run extended clips and every track's a target. Your bars ain't got no bite, you just a puppy fam, you harmless. Maintenance is here to sweep the garbage off the market. Been locked inside the lions, then preparing for the gauntlet. Working on the spirit man, living in the closet. Hanging up the bodies, family's room for more deposits. A lot of rappers think and tell you I'm the one that fought.
Yeah, I've been the same since 2 triple. Focused on God like I do scripture. Some say they like it like new pictures. Posted all on my Facebook, got new issues. Every day I stay in his face. Like Lil Shotty with that Mary Kate. When in doubt, I stay in the faith. And that won't change till they bury me. Never switch unless I'm switching lanes. And if that change, still lift his name. Trying to press my buttons, this is not a game. Like that No 7, some gon' kill the flame.
I've been feeling like the rose petals down, like I'm Prince Akeem in the pros, kinda McDowell's. I'm never scared, pull up a bucket and play the ground, cause I know my king pop somewhere lying around. Get it? Said I've been feeling the best ever. That's what I'm telling myself. It's not a stress never, and I ain't smelling myself, but with the bless you.
We in here all deep. We move for real with the street. Come on. Like NFL, they getting that hell. I'm scared sometimes, yeah, but still I tell. You faking and playing, I'm playing to stop. And I'm me by myself, the spirit of pop. The iron is flying and flying and dying. Look in the eyes of truth and tell them you're lying. This here's not a new song, dance. You can dance if you want, but still listen, man. I'm humble as pie, I'm trusting in God. You trust him and live.
No more studded clothes, we don't want it, no. We only want it on the streets.
Now, if you clapping your beam early and stacking your cream firstly, you probably got off of Jesus. He had to have seemed worthy. The addict and fiend heard me. A second chance of life I was not expecting to see. Like Shaq in a green jersey. At first it was thunder and rage. I would front for the stage, but set me off and I was loud as a pump in a gauge. My faith was slumped in a cage until Jesus intervened, swooping in and gave my belief a coming of age.
Need Messiah every day, I'm reaching higher, feed the fire. Really in the field conversing, ain't just peeking out the blind and seek and find them. Only hide and seeking when I pray survival. Satan be lurking, coming for my head, we flee Delilahs. I hit the streets with Bible preaching, I ain't seeking titles. My speech is different, trying to wake them cause they sleep with idols. Foot on the gas, ain't nothing idle, this ain't for the neutral. My OGs told me talk about Jesus and they'll probably mute you. They words pollute you, they'll accuse you, but they won't salute you. They want approval, watch and pray, never let them confuse you. Don't be surprised if they exclude you with rights to refuse you. But keep on standing for the Lord because the time is crucial.
Alright, so as you can see, today we are reviewing Military-Minded Productions' latest compilation album called Behind Enemy Lines. First off, before we get started, I want to apologize for the fact that there's been many albums that have dropped that I really wanted to review, but honestly, man, work has been killing your boy. Plus the family, we're making some moves on a few other things, and so I just ain't been in a position to give y'all a good review on as much albums. And yes, for those who have sent me albums to review, I apologize. As example of the one that I'm doing now, I will get to it. Give me a chance. But right now, we're gonna jump into this one here. my guy Swin the Example. Shout out to Swin, man. That's the homie, man. Got mad love for that dude. But he hit me up a few months back and pretty much told me about this compilation and asked me had I heard it. I was like, nah, been busy, sorry. So he sent it to me, and man, gotta admit, dope compilation. Dope compilation. What makes it dope, right, is, so for me personally, what makes it dope is it has a bunch of heavy hitters on it, and it's funny, right? Most time when you get a compilation album, what I've seen, the cats that I've talked to, a lot of dudes, if they don't know you, right, if you're not really like, DJ Khaled or you know what I'm saying, DJ Clue or someone like that, right, they just give you, you know what I'm saying, some production or some songs that are all right. You know, so they're not gonna necessarily give you their hits, the joints that's gonna not only make your mixtape known, it's also gonna make them even more known, right? They kind of say, well, here's a little something you can have, and hopefully it works out for you. Give me a call, let me know how it goes, right? Type stuff. But the impression I got from this compilation here was that cats really believe what the homie Chris was trying to put out, what he was trying to do, and there's like, yo, let me give you some heat, and you can then put that out in the compilation and watch it explode. And I gotta admit, I am a fan of this compilation album. Man, yeah. So right off the bat, my guy D.I. is on this compilation, and I love D.I. D.I., man, see, I'll get to that. I gotta say something, but I'm gonna say something in a second. One thing I love about D.I. is, one, he gives you that East Coast metaphor, like, right? He gives you that East Coast lyricalness that you have no choice but to love, man. And I'm a huge fan of how he spits. I've been a fan of D.I. since back when him and Fanatic was going back at it was it Party's Over? That album there, bonkers album. And I love D.I. I think he is, and I was actually surprised seeing him on his album. Not surprised in a bad or good way, but more so like, yes, when I type surprised when I saw on the list of who's on. I was like, whoo, D.I. on it. And I actually ain't gonna front. I kind of skipped. As soon as I put the push play, I kind of went straight to his song, had to hear it, and I was glad I heard it. Always gives you bars. Also, Jared Sanders is on this album here. Pretty good. I'm not a big Jared Sanders fan, just keep it a buck with you, but I think he really murdered on this joint here. Did a dope job. My man Swin the Example's on this album, and I'm a huge Swin fan. Swin is one of my favorite underground rappers, and we chop it on the regular, like the regular, and so got to know him more even personally, and so that even makes me love him more as an MC now that I know him as a man, and I'm just a fan. This compilation was really dope, man. Now, what I would say negatively about this compilation is the fact, and this is not Military Minded's fault, right? But the album is too short, right? So D.I., who we don't hear much of on the regular, right? He's not a drop an album every summer type dude. He's not gonna give you, mixtapes here and there. And so it's like, shoot, we ain't heard an album from D.I. for what, a good couple years, right? You know what I'm saying? Just keep it a buck with you. It's been a couple years, and so when you finally get a song or a chance to hear him spit and glorify the king, right? You kind of want to get a lot of it. And he only gave us 2 verses. You know, so don't get me wrong, they was hard verses. Don't get it twisted. Hard verses, but it was only 2 of them, and just kind of like, and it was quick. Just to keep it a buck with you, it was quick. He kind of cut in, hit you with that beautiful Christ-like jab, and then he kind of slid to the left on you, just like kind of sitting there like, that's it. And I wanted more, you know what I'm saying? Call me greedy, and that's fine, I'll take that, but I wanted more from D.I. Even my man Swin, who I love, mad love for him and his fam, but, you know what I'm saying, the 2 songs, and I'm going to get to my favorite joint in a minute, but the 2 songs, he only gave us 2 verses, and I know Swin. Swin got mad things to say, he got mad stuff to talk about, I know inside of the songs, but it was just funny still. But to me, like, he has more to talk about, and I wanted more. I'm greedy, I take that. But I want to give me 3 verses. I want a minimum of 3 from them 2 on top of everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I personally feel that they have so much to say. They bring so much to the game. The game needs them. It's missing them because they have heart. You know what I'm saying? They really believe what they say, man. Shout out to my man Mouthpiece. He's on this as well. Reviewed his album a while back. A huge fan of Mouthpiece. Like I said before, I said again, I wasn't always a big fan of Mouthpiece, but the last album he dropped, I fell in love, still bump it to this day. I think he did a really good job on a song called Wheat on this album. Yeah. I'm a fan. I can really go up and down on this album, up and down, back and forth, talking about how much I enjoy this album. And I think I enjoyed it the most because one, production was dope, right? Two, he picked some MCs that are very, very lyrical. But three, which I think personally is more importantly, is the fact that they all were Christ-centered, right? It's like, it reminds me of when Dayton dropped that one album, Christian, basically, I forgot the name, forgive me, but basically Christian rappers can rap too type joint. They got heat too, right? It reminded me of that, but on this level here, it was more of, that album to me tried to showcase the skills of Christian rappers, which is, it's what it is. But this album here to me was more of a skills, but yet Christ centered, right? If that makes sense. Not saying Dayton didn't throw Christ in it. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. But I honestly felt like this here was more of a God-centered lyrical, dope production type album, and it was well needed, man. I'm a fan of this, and I actually have DI's chorus in my head as I'm doing this whole review. My man Swin did a song called Meat Cleaver, which is like my theme, is my anthem for real. That is a bonkers of a song, and it's an old song. I'm gonna leave it at that, but that is a bonkers of a song, man. Very gifted dude, man. Very, very. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something. Also, real quick, it's funny, right? So before this compilation, I was just thinking, no lie, no exaggeration, mind you, I got his album, the compilation, a couple months back. But I was thinking to myself, because I kind of go through this whole phase where I hit up, go through my list of old school Christian MCs that I think, killed the game and so on and so forth, right? And then I kind of missed and kind of wonder, like, what they up to? Jay Johnson had crossed my mind. I was like, yo, is he still rapping? Like, what's old boy up to? Like, what's he doing? And it's funny, the first song on his album is by Jay Johnson, and it's called Bars. Now, granted, just keep it a buck. I keep it always one. If you don't know, you're about to know. Not gonna lie, mad disappointed about that song. I felt like, now, although I said at the beginning, I feel like everybody kind of gave their A game, I kind of felt like we were shortchanged by Jay Johnson. Now, mind you, once again, kind of like D.I. and Swin, ain't heard from Jay Johnson in Lord knows how long. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden we hear from Jay Johnson, and he kind of gave us this one verse joint called Bars. And honestly, it was whack to me. Just to keep it a buck with you, man. I didn't. That was a whack song to me. Like, it could have really, had not been put on the album. Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And for the title of Bars, you kind of anticipate or expect bars, and we ain't really get no bars. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, to me, it was just, I'm sorry, man, for real. I just wasn't impressed with that song there at all. Like, just more disappointed than impressed. Sorry, I didn't mean to be disrespectful, but I didn't like that at all. Also, see a lot of corners on this. The beat from Seelah's album, that was for real. And I'm not a fan of Seelah. Seelah. I'm not a fan of Seelah. I've said before in reviews of his album, I don't believe him. It's no disrespect, no shade. I'm not a fan. I'm not a person that believes him. Like, you hear someone like Seven, right? Or even almost anybody else from God Over Money. When they rap about something, you kind of like, man, I believe you did that. Like Seven, he'll say something like, yo, you shot somebody this morning, fam. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you believe him just because of just them, right? When Seven spits, man, I don't believe nothing about him. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That sounds really wrong, and I do apologize. But yeah, I've never heard a Seelah song and been like, man, he killed that. You know what I'm saying? Or, man, he did that. I just never have. You know what I'm saying? But, gotta admit, production-wise on this song here, and I think overall, I think he did a good job. He did a better job on this song than I've heard him on some other songs. And so I liked it. But him as an MC, it just didn't really sit well with me. There's another cat named Black D. Sorry if I messed up, my guy. Pretty good song too, for real. I don't know who that is though, but I really enjoyed that song there. End of the day, overall, regardless of what I just said about Seelah and Jay Johnson, I think this is a good compilation. I think one that you can be encouraged by, one that you can bump for a while, and it definitely holds the title of, or not the title per se, but definitely upholds the mindset that Christians can really bring you lyrical heat, man. And I talked to my man. He said that he's working on part 2. If I throw some names out there, you my guy, my man Barlow, please holler at T Barlow. Dope cat. I know he got some heat for you. My man Gary and Jackson. Merritt. Man, he's a dope cat. List goes on, man. Holler at your boy, man. I'll give you some more cats I got in my head. But yeah, it's like I said, very encouraging compilation mixtape. I think it'll be dope. Also, one thing he done this, I call this an album, not a mixtape. The reason why I call it an album as opposed to a mixtape is because there was no DJ, right? I'm from old school, dude. I love it when the DJ kind of gives the intro, yo, welcome type joint. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like when there's an MC talking, kind of annoying, but not overdoing it, but not underdoing it. But like, yo, welcome to Behind Enemy Lines. I'm your host. You know, whatever. That's a mixtape to me. When the songs are scratched into the next song type of joint. And I would if you could, my guy, link up with somebody and make it happen like that. So it'll be a mixtape. I gotta get my kids. They wilding. Sorry. Like I said, my kids are special. Like I said, man, good, dope album, man. Really enjoyed it. Thanks for looking at your boy, looking out for your boy and sliding it to me. Man, can't wait for part 2, for real. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Love y'all, man. Grace.